swear you'll never see anything like this ever again. Stupendous!
Hello everyone and welcome back to FPL Insights, your home of everything fantasy football related. This week we're going to be previewing Game Week 19, as well as looking how I did in Game Week 17 and 18. So on screen now you can see my points for Game Week 17, and as you can see Kane, I captained him again, and he blanked against Brighton. Sane didn't play. They had a away fixture at Swansea. That was frustrating, and I had no subs to bring him in because Morata didn't play either. He was rested for a back injury, I believe. But yeah, Monreal getting me 2 bonus points and a clean sheet, as well as Otamendi. It was quite a low scoring week this week, but we'll have a look at how I just did in Game Week 18. So for this game week that's just gone by, we captained Salah, as I wasn't confident with Kane as they were playing Man City, and that worked out well. We got 8 points for Salah. He scored a goal and got a clean sheet, so that was not bad. But Sterling also got 12. If you're wondering why Sterling's in my team, I probably should have said this. I actually made a few transfers. This just past week, I took a -4, getting De Gea and Sterling in for Begovic and Sane. So that hit did pay off well. But anyway, we'll go on to this week's preview, which is Game Week 19. So looking at my first player to watch this week, it's Kevin De Bruyne for Man City. He's at 10.3 million at the moment. He's been really good lately, almost owned by 24% of players. Scored consistent 10s in his last 2 game weeks, and he just looked great against Spurs. He's always at the forefront of City's attacks. So the reason I put him in is because a lot of City's other players are being rotated, such as we saw with David Silva and the likes of Aguero and Jesus. So yeah, we're going to go with De Bruyne as the first one to watch this week. Like I said, they've got Bournemouth at home, and although he is a bit pricey in comparison to Sterling and Silva, I feel like he'll be very consistent for the next 3 games, which, as you can see, are Bournemouth at home, Newcastle away, and Palace away. So if you have the money, definitely get De Bruyne in this week. So my next player to watch is Wiflried Zaha for Crystal Palace. Only owned by 5.5% of people at the moment, but Palace and West Ham are 2 teams that are really almost look reinvigorated. So that's the reason I've chosen Zaha, is because they've just played Leicester away, and he picked up a goal and he looked really good in that. And in the previous game, they beat Watford at home 2-1, and he got an assist in that game. So he's doing well for his price tag. He's got this away fixture at Swansea coming up this game week, and I wouldn't blame you for not putting him in because he's got Arsenal and City. But if you do have him in your teams, I'd leave him for this game week, as I can expect him to do well. And at 6.9 million, he's definitely one of the cheaper options to go in midfield, and quite a consistent goal scorer and point scorer in FPL. So my last player to watch this game week is Marko Arnautovic for West Ham. He's only 6.8 million on FPL and owned by less than 1% of people. He does have a calf injury, but it's nothing major, so I still think he'll play this weekend. And like I said, they're playing Newcastle at home, so I feel like there will be goals in that fixture. And I've gone with Arnautovic over Lanzini because I feel like Arnautovic is more of a powerhouse going forward. And also, Newcastle haven't kept a clean sheet since game week 10, so there's definitely going to be goals for West Ham this game. And given that they're playing good and Arnautovic is a threat going forward, he's definitely a differential this week. So if you're looking for a cheap midfielder, you could also go with Arnautovic as well as Zaha. So going on to a feature on this channel that I like to call Clean Sheet of the Week, we have a look at a team that has a good fixture coming up, and I believe they'll get a clean sheet. So for this week, we're going with Brighton. They're playing Watford, and at the moment, Watford are struggling. They've had 3 red cards in their last 3 matches, and they're not playing as good as they were early on in the season, with players like Richarlison looking off the ball. And they've just had their captain, Deeney, sent off in their last game, so I feel like they're going to be a bit shaky, and Brighton have a solid defence. So given that it's at Brighton, I feel like it will be a clean sheet for them. So if you're looking for a defender maybe to get in, struggling for choice, you could go with the Brighton defender this week. So going on to my player to watch this week, I like to choose a cheap player that I think will have a good game week. And this game week, we're going for Laurent de Poitre for Huddersfield. He has 2 goals and 2 assists in his last 2 games. They take on Southampton away, and Southampton are doing average, but Huddersfield look really good in their 4-1 thumping of Watford just this past game week. So along with Colin Quaner up front, I think De Poitras, they've got a good relationship going forward. And given that their form's good at the moment, and De Poitras is only 5.2 million on FPL, I think he's definitely one to watch if you're looking for a cheap option. We hear Dominic Calvert-Lewin, but given the way Huddersfield are playing at the moment, you could definitely look at De Poitras as an option up front. So on screen now is my team for Game Week 19. We're actually not using any transfers this week and going with the same team that we had for last week. As you can see, we've got Sterling as the captain. They're playing Bournemouth at home, and City have a very good record against Bournemouth. So that's why I've gone with him over the likes of Harry Kane, who has a tough fixture away at Burnley, and Burnley have a very good defence. So hence why I've gone with that choice. If you can look at my overall rank, we're sitting at 82,000, not the best, and I've just broken the 1,000 points mark. So I'm hoping for a good game week this week. And also one player I'd just like to speak about on my side is Martial. I got him in instead of the likes of Mahrez, Zaha, and Heung-min Son, and it really didn't work out well because all the other three have scored points, whilst Martial, he only got 11 minutes against West Brom this past game week. So depending on the time he gets this week, I will look to replace him in the next few game weeks. But I'm confident about my side, and I hope my picks can help you in this game week. If you have any other suggestions for players to watch this week, or potential clean sheets that you think will come in handy, please leave them in the comments below. And thank you very much for watching my video. See you later.